The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Admiral Thorne's hologram flickered into view. His weathered face revealed the strain of 5 years commanding the Allied forces against the relentless Voidborn invasion. The representatives of 17 species leaned forward, desperate for good news after months of devastating losses. "The Rigel system has fallen," Thorne announced grimly. "Our defensive line is collapsing." Ambassador Krell of the Artaxian Federation slammed his crystalline appendage against the table. "Impossible. Rigel was our strongest position. The Voidborn deployed something new, a biotech weapon that consumed our shield generators from within." Thorne's voice remained steady, but his eyes betrayed his exhaustion. "At our current trajectory, we have perhaps 3 months before they reach the core worlds." The chamber erupted into panic, chittering and rumbling voices until High Counselor Vex raised her slender arms for silence. "What of Project Thunderbird?" she asked. Thorne's expression shifted subtly. "That's why I've called. The HS Invictus will arrive at Proxima Centauri within 12 hours. A hushed murmur swept through the chamber. The human battleship had acquired an almost mythical status among the allied species, a vessel designed and built in secret using technology that many considered theoretical at best, dangerous at worst. "One ship cannot turn this war," Ambassador Krell scoffed. "Perhaps," Thorne replied, "but these are humans we're talking about." Captain Laura Reeves stood on the observation deck of the HS Invictus, watching the swirling blue tunnel of hyperspace that surrounded the massive battleship. At nearly 4 kilometers long, the Invictus represented humanity's greatest achievement, and quite possibly their last hope. "Captain," First Officer Marcus Wilson approached with a data tablet. "Final systems check complete. All divisions report green status." Reed nodded. The engineering team fixed the fluctuation in the matter conversion matrix. Chief Engineer Patel says it's running at 103% efficiency now. She refuses to explain how that's mathematically possible. A slight smile crossed Reed's face. "Sounds like Patel, the ship's AI, designated ATLAS, spoke through the overhead speakers." "Captain, we'll exit hyperspace in 15 minutes. Long-range scans indicate a significant Voidborn presence at the target coordinates." "How significant?" Wilson asked. 3 Hive carriers and approximately 50 destroyer-class vessels." Reed's expression hardened. "Inform all crew to prepare for immediate combat operations. Battle stations in 10 minutes." As Wilson departed to relay the orders, Reed turned back to the hyperspace view. The Invictus carried technology that the rest of the galaxy considered impossible. The gravitational fold drive, quantum-locked armor plating, and most importantly, the matter conversion cannon that could theoretically transform enemy ships into raw energy to power the Invictus itself. "ATLAS, send a message to Admiral Thorne. Tell him we're about to test our theories." From the command deck of the Allied defense station orbiting Proxima Centauri, Commander Jax watched with mounting dread as the Voidborn fleet methodically destroyed the remnants of the system's defensive forces. His communications officer frantically worked to maintain contact with the scattered Allied ships still fighting. "Sir, unusual energy signature detected," the sensor operator shouted. It's massive." A shimmering tear appeared in space, expanding rapidly as the HS Invictus emerged from hyperspace. Even from a distance, the human battleship was an imposing sight, sleek and predatory, with none of the elegant curves or spiritual symmetry that characterized the ships of older galactic civilizations. "By the ancestral light," Jax whispered, "it's really here." The Voidborn fleet, sensing the new arrival, immediately broke formation to converge on the human vessel. Their hive carriers released swarms of fighter drones that formed a cloud of deadly projectiles hurtling toward the Invictus. "They're being overwhelmed," the tactical officer cried. "There's no way they can." His words died as the Invictus unleashed its first volley. Beams of incandescent energy lanced outward, not merely striking the Voidborn ships, but seeming to flow through them, converting their very substance into cascading waves of power that flowed back to the human vessel. Where the beams touched, Voidborn ships simply ceased to exist. Jax stared in disbelief. What are we witnessing? On the Invictus, Captain Reed gripped the command rail as the ship shuddered under the impact of void-borne weapons that managed to penetrate their defenses. Matter conversion efficiency at 87%, Atileus reported. Shields holding at 76%. We destroyed 22 enemy vessels. Target the nearest hive carrier, Reed ordered. Full power to the main cannon. The ship's massive weapon array aligned toward the void-borne carrier, a grotesque living vessel that pulsed with malevolent energy. As the Invictus's main cannon fired, the carrier seemed to implode, its matter breaking down at the subatomic level and flowing back to the human ship in streams of pure energy. Power reserves at maximum capacity, Atileus announced. Secondary systems online, deploying autonomous defense drones from launch bays along the Invictus's hull. Thousands of small, self-guided drones emerge, forming a protective screen around the battleship and intercepting incoming void-borne fighters. The remaining void-borne ships are retreating, Wilson reported, unable to keep the amazement from his voice. Reed nodded. Let them go. We want them to carry the message. Message sent, Atileus confirmed. 3 days later, Admiral Thorne addressed the Galactic Council again, this time with Captain Reed by his side. The Battle of Proxima Centauri marks our first significant victory against the Voidborn, Thorne stated. The HSS Invictus destroyed 2 hive carriers and 38 destroyers without sustaining critical damage. Impossible, Ambassador Krell muttered, though with considerably less conviction than before. The remaining Voidborn forces have pulled back from 3 systems already, Thorne continued. They fear the Invictus, and with good reason. But more importantly, they fear what's coming next. Which is? High Counselor Vex inquired. Captain Reed stepped forward. The Invictus was never meant to fight this war alone. She's the prototype, the first of her class. How many more can your species build? Vex asked. Reed smiled, a predator's smile that made several council members shift uncomfortably in their seats. 7 more are already under construction. The first 3 will be operational within 2 months. For the first time in years, hope spread through the council chamber. The tide of war had turned, and humanity had brought the turning.